if your forehand is a weakness and your backhand's your better shot, and you want to learn how to cover the court with less movement and effectively hit angles, then this video is for you. This is something I was thinking about if I should post or not, because I don't want my other juniors, the competitors, to get sort of the edge on it, because I have not seen many high performance player or coaches training this, so I didn't want them to know about it, but I'm going to share with you. All right, so the reason a lot of pros don't know about this and coaches is they're not students of the game. I'm just going to call it out. So a lot of them are, just looking at the current game. Well, if you look a little bit if you watch the pass a little bit in the legends, you'll actually see that there is a current player who is utilizing this strategy effectively, and he's back. He's doing really well finally. He went through a little rough patch, and that's Medvedev, okay? Now, the guy that I think he's patterning his game off of is a strong talent, the last guy to win a Grand Slam, to win a high-level championship with a wood racket is Miloslav Mecir, and he also made it to 2 Grand Slam finals. Amazing talent. He's regarded on the tennis forums as probably the top 3, tied with Connors and Federer, of the most talented with his footwork and just the way he could move around the court. They called him the big cat. He was that effective moving along the court. So these younger pros that don't study the game don't know about him. Luckily I do, because I do post these videos, and thankfully I have a great subscriber, Nate, who told me and tipped me off about this guy. And so I always look about, try and learn what I can study and learn more about the game, and freaking wherever I can get an advantage, right? And so thank you for that, Nate. And so now I'm going to show you guys with some video footage how Medvedev and Mecir cut off the court. And I guarantee you, if you have a better backhand, dude, you don't have to move as much at all, and you can place the ball a lot easier, okay? So what do? Well, their backhand's their best shot. So they stand more a lot of times on this little forehand corner, okay? So covering the forehand side. Now, when they're covering the forehand side, that means their opponent is either going to hit right to their forehand, okay, which is, remember, a little bit weaker, still solid, but weaker, all right? So if the opponent goes to their forehand more, now they have a cross-court angle where they can make them run a lot or go down the line, okay? Now, otherwise, their opponent is going to take a forehand down the line, which gives their better shot their backhand cross, right? Or their opponents can go towards the middle, where they like to run around from the middle of the court and hit an inside out or an inside in backhand. So it really is a lot less movement, because from the middle of the court, and I'm going to try and find an image of this. I'm making this video first, and I'll find stuff that I'll cut the videos and stuff to show you. But from the middle of the court, if I get a ball deep in the middle, I don't really have a forehand short angle cross court. I just don't. I have it down the line, or I have a deep cross court. Those are my only 2 angles. But if I take a backhand deep from the middle of the court, I can catch that ball late, and now I have an inside out, or I have an inside in. And that's what they do so well. So they camp out on the forehand corner. So basically, the opponent has to hit more to their forehand, which is still, again, not a weakness really, right? It's weaker for them, but they can still do a lot with it because they don't have to move as much. And then they bait them to go to their strength, which is the backhand. And these guys are really good at switching it up down the line. That's what they were known for. That's what they do really well, because they are both flatter hitters. So if you don't do enough with the ball, now they have it set up down the lines, which again opens up the court, all right? So for you, if you're more of a, because I've had pros tell me you can't hit a backhand from the middle of the court. Guys, when I played Weber State, I was the only player to win. I won in a tiebreaker. My hand was messed up. I wasn't going to not play because I was injured, Like, no offense, but I'm still better than the guys that are lower on the roster, right? So I played anyways. And I ran around my forehand, and I hit my backhand. This is before I knew all this stuff anyways. And I ended up winning the match 10-6 in a tiebreaker against Weber State, just running around my forehand and hitting backhands from most of the court, because I wanted to play. I'm not going to not play if I find ways to win, right? So this is what you need to do. You need to take more backhands from the middle, That's gonna force them to either go down the line, which gives you your favorite pattern, backhand cross court, and then you can switch it up down the line, which they don't wanna go backhand to backhand with you, or they're gonna go to your forehand, and now instead of just getting jammed, you're already over here, you're set up, and now you have a little bit more time to work with that forehand and angle it off the court. Because generally, the people that struggle with forehands anyways, it's getting around the ball. It's more that timing, right? So they catch it later, which if you're already over there, you already know they're gonna go this way. If you're forcing them to hit the angle, now it's easier to hit an angle back. And now they have to hit an angle back, or once you pull them off the court too, think about this. If I am sitting here in this corner and you create the angle for me, there's not much risk because I'm keeping the same direction of the ball. That goes back cross. Now they have to go back cross again, and they better keep it deep, because if they don't, now what do I have? My forehand on the line, because remember, flatter hitter, or they're gonna pull it into the middle or down the line, which again, I don't have to move that much because I'm here in this corner, in the forehand corner. So all I have to do is take a ball from the middle of the court, if they go in the middle, drive that backhand cross court, or they go down the line, and I have to scramble a little bit more, but now I have that angle back cross. It's just freaking genius. And I was trying it when I was looking at those forehands with Mecir, I'm like, Jesus. I'm like, what are, I was kind of like, what are people seeing with that movement of why he can create these angles and stuff, and that's how. And the Medi does it as well. It's just the new generation where the ball's a little bit faster and stuff, but it's the same concept. And you wonder if more players are gonna do this. Zverev does a little bit more because his backhand's stronger, but there you go. You can find ways to get better even without making technical changes, right? Just making strategic changes, and you build the game around your strength. It's not all the same. You don't all just have to run around your backhand and hit a forehand, okay? I don't care what the next gen coaches and stuff say. All right, till next time, guys.